Hey, I'm Scott Alexander. Thank you very much for joining me on 15 Minutes of Fame. Lots of stuff going on, as you can tell. Take a look at the profile. If you would, go ahead and sign the guest book, and then go ahead and take a look at some of the 15 Minutes of Fame alumni that I've got in my top 8 and throughout the entire, all my friends on MySpace, which you are one of them. Really appreciate it. Take a look at it. These people are extremely talented in what they do and are unknown for only a short period of time because they're going to be stars. I really believe that. Thank you very much for supporting local, unknown music and talent right here at KHAY.
15 Minutes of Fame with Scott Alexander is brought to you by Borderline Bar and Grill, just off the 101 at the Moore Park Road exit in Thousand Oaks, featuring live music every Friday. Visit borderlinebarandgrill.com.
Hi, this is Annalise McCoy, and you're listening to Scott Alexander's 15 Minutes of Fame. I just want to say hello to my family in Kentucky and have fun listening to my music.
Hi, this is Brant Vogel. Hey, Mom, I'm going to be on Scott Alexander's 15 Minutes of Fame coming up next.
Hey, Mama, it's Krista, and I'm just about ready to be on 15 Minutes of Fame.
In-studio guest today is Fisher Stevenson. Fisher, hey, welcome, my friend.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
I am so excited about having you guys in here today.
Oh, man, me too.
Hey, this is Misha Vana, and you're listening to Tear Myself Apart on Scott Alexander's 15 Minutes of Fame.
Now, Randy, I saw you on the set of Seinfeld. Remember that when it was the show where Kramer pulled the Merv Griffin show set out of the trash? And you sang King of the Road, and I'll tell you, it was one of the most wonderful things. The entire cast and crew, Seinfeld included, he comes up, and everybody was just stone silent while you were singing. It was just amazing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Were you there just watching and just to be part of the audience and like we were?
I was part of the audience, yeah. It was just such a great show.
You know, I can tell you this because you were there watching. And, you know, I picked up a guitar and I'm playing with the guys who were in the band there. Mm-hmm. And King of the Road is one of those songs that kind of repeats. It's not like verse, chorus. It's like stanzas. And I'm playing guitar and I'm not used to, say, conducting anything. And that thing had repeated everything that we're supposed to repeat. And then I'm up there playing and singing and thinking, okay, how do I get out of this? I could keep singing these over and over again, and I can't remember what I did, but I was kind of panicking mentally, thinking, how do I get out of this and tell them this is the end now?
I am so glad that I'm not the only one that does that. And just to let you know, I never even knew that. Nobody knew. Nobody could tell. It was such a great time.
So what's the second song you want to play? Angel?
Sure.
What's the one that you want to play? I mean, this is your...
Well, Angel's a pretty...
This is your family. Your family's going to be listening.
Well, Angel is my grandma's favorite song.
Okay, we're playing that one.
No,
you can't take me off of that one.
She lives in Oxnard. And
oh, no, you can't even. Yeah, Grandma, this one's for you.
Hey, everybody, this is Beverly Mitchell, and you're listening to 15 Minutes of Fame with Scott Alexander. And here's my new song, Angel, on 100.7 KHAY.
Hi, I'm Christy Bowerly, and you're listening to Scott Alexander's 15 Minutes of Fame.
Hey, this is Moose Davis, and I'm coming up here on 15 Minutes of Fame with your host, Scott Alexander, here on KHAY.
Hey, Mom and Dad, it's Carmen. I'm on 15 Minutes of Fame. Woohoo!
Hello, this is Michael J. from the Mighty Cash Cats, tribute to Johnny Cash.
Hi, guys, this is Delaney Gibson, and my CD comes out tonight, and you're going to hear it first on 15 Minutes of Fame.
Now join me with Kevin Costner and Modern West. You won the 2 Academy Awards. You've been nominated for over 30 awards around the globe. You're an accomplished actor, director, producer. Why music?
Well, the music had been something that was a part of me early on, you know, and I've explained before that, you know, I grew up in the Baptist church and music is such a big part of that. My grandmother played the piano, my mom, her sister were in the choir, and so ultimately it was I, and all those church things. I mean, I was a wise man at 7 years old, you know, with the white thing coming down over my eye.
The big beard, yeah, of course.
Exactly. So music, and I played classical piano. I was trained piano classically, and so music has always been a part of that. And what happens is, did musicals, but the movies overtook it. And once they did, you know, I kind of went that direction. I had a band early. In fact, 2 of the bandmates that are in this particular band were in that first band. So why music after all this? Well, the truth of it is a big part of it has to be attributed to my wife, who heard my early music, always played it around, and I'd always say, why don't you turn that off? She goes, no, I like it. It makes me happy. And she goes, I get the feeling it made you happy when you made it. And I said, it did. She goes, well, why don't you do it again? And for a lot of reasons, and she just said, look, I think that you should. And she asked me two simple questions. The first being, were you happy when you were doing it? The answer came back, yeah, I was. She goes, did you think the people that were listening to the music were happy? She said, honestly. I said, well, honestly, I think they really did. She says, what could be wrong with that, Kevin? Hi, I'm Kevin Costner, and you're listening to Scott Alexander's 15 Minutes of Fame. My latest song is Long Hot Night, and we'll just play it, Scott.
Remember, build the dreams of others, and your own dreams will come true.